Did you guys know that it's been a long time since anybody's landed on the moon? Since 1972. But guess who's going to the moon next? And I'm gonna go in my heels. You see that? That is the big moon. It's here at the Houston Museum of Natural Science until the end of the year. You've got to come down and see this. I gotta bring over the lady who's been here for so long. You've been right here for 50 years. This is Carolyn Sumners. She's the VP of Astronomy, and you've got a lot to tell everybody about the moon.
This is a great story.
Yes.
Great story.
So tell us a little bit about the huge moon that we see behind us.
Well, you can see where the Apollo astronauts landed, and we show where all of them land.
Okay.
You can come over. Let me get him so you can show it right there.
Oh, okay.
And then we also have Apollo 16 landed in here, and why do we care?
Why?
Because this rock.
Oh, Paul, come on over here. There's actual moon rocks here, too. Look.
That made it to Earth, that came from the same area as the Apollo 16 astronauts landed. So you are touching the moon.
Wow, that feels so nice and smooth. Would that be cold on the moon, or would that be hot?
It would be hot if it's on the sun side. It would be cold if it was in the shade.
That's a dumb question. Pretend I did not ask that. All right, so what else can we expect to see here at the Big Moon exhibit?
Well, we have all of the landings.
Okay.
We have all of the craters, and we have all kind of things for you to look at. We even put some things together that you can see on our moon, and you can go out to our observatory and see them through a telescope, or if you have a telescope.
I want people to know that this goes fully around the moon. There's different types of information on the wall all around, so you can do a full 360 around this whole ginormous moon.
You can orbit to the far side.
How do we orbit to the far side?
Walk around.
Oh, you just walk. But I also want you guys to get a glimpse down there. That's the South Pole, you said, Carolyn?
Right. Way down at the South Pole is a crater called Shackleton, and that is where we will probably land with the first woman on the moon.
Oh, you hear that? It's not going to be me, but it is going to be a very well-trained astronaut who's going to be the first woman on the moon. In heels, too. So this is really cool, though. What else can you tell us about the big moon here at the Houston Museum?
What I love about the moon is that you can see distant galaxies millions of light years away. 260,000 miles away, there is the far side of the moon, and you can never see it.
Why? Why can't we see it?
The moon always keeps this side toward us, and therefore this is the only side we ever see. There's a whole side over there. If you want to see it, you got to come to the museum.
And you got to orbit your way around. Now, this exhibit is done by the artist by the name of Luke Jerram.
Right.
And this is just, how long did it take you guys to set that up?
It actually inflates.
Nuh-uh, it orbited its way here to the Houston Museum of Natural Science.
It up, and there it is. And it has turned out to be a very clever design, but more importantly, this is a Lunar Reconnaissance orbiter. And these data are so precise. In some places, we can get way down to just a few feet of resolution. So we're seeing a sharper moon than we've ever been able to see before. And if you can want to explore a little area and say, wow, look at that little straight line there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and the other thing is, this is the history of the solar system. The Earth changes all the time. Nothing weathers on the moon. There's no weather on the moon.
Right.
Very little else ever happens unless something falls or we land and kick something. And so these rocks, these craters date back billions of years. And if we want to know how our solar system formed, the answer is in the craters of the moon.
Oh, the answers are in the craters. Well, I'm just going to have to take a mission on out there and go see it for myself. Carolyn Sumners is here at the Houston Museum of Natural Science. My helmet keeps getting in my way. I'm not trained for this space mission just yet.
Must be the heels.
It's the heels. Come see her while the exhibit is here. It's the big moon at the Houston Museum of Natural Science. Thank you so much for educating us now. Back to you guys, Courtney and Derek.
I mean, I love everything about this segment.
So beautiful.
So incredible.
Really looks like now's a chance to take a look at the Houston Museum of Natural Science. We are celebrating 50 years since landing on the moon, and this is like the coolest thing ever. Especially growing up here in Houston, mission control is a big deal. But I'm gonna take you guys into my super secret SS Legacy. And if you come on down to the Houston Museum of Natural Science, you're gonna be able to do this too. I'm gonna have to go here in my airtight airlock and transport really quickly. Okay, I'll see you guys on the other side. Are you ready for this? 3, 2, 1. Oh! We've made it into the SS Legacy, and I am here with Carolyn Sumners, and she is giving us all the information about this awesome exhibit. Tell us what's happening in here.
Well, At the time of the Challenger tragedy, we looked at what was important, and it was important to teach team working and how teams solve problems, this kind of thing. So we created a spaceship and a mission control, and had a lot of help from NASA. And what you see are my interns.
So this is NASA approved?
This is NASA designed, just about. We looked at all the things you would need if you were going into space in the future. And so these interns are doing the different tasks. And if you wanted to look, we have, should we go around and look at the different teams?
Let's go. Come show us some of the things that we can see here.
We have nav over here. Our nav person's quite here.
Navigation. That's important.
Yeah, important. And then data transfer. We got to send all this information back and find out how to do things. That's important. We have a mission commander back there who's got to be sure everything is running and coordinated.
Let's walk and see what's on this side.
Here we have Katie, who is working in a glove box, because some things you really don't want to touch. And so she's touching them with gloves and analyzing. It looks like rocks at this point.
Safety first.
Practicing, that's true. Here we're looking at robots that control, we call this an isolation chamber. We bring things in and take things out, and we check them for different tests along the way.
Is this really how they would do it from mission control or on board, is using these controls?
If you had a space station that was, or a spaceship that was large, and you were doing activities on board and like going to Mars, you would have things like this. You'd be testing things along the way. Back behind, we are making a probe. This is our clean room. Got the door open, you can see inside, and Caleb is putting together a probe.
What is actually a probe?
It's a little satellite that we're going to launch before we land on the moon or before we land on Mars, just because that's one thing we do from space.
What other stations do we have?
Life support is so critical. And so these are all the different life support systems that you would find on any space station, except we have to check them, be sure that they're working, and most of our emergencies come from here when something fails and we have to fix it in a hurry.
Now, quickly, I did see that we did have a med center, but what else is happening right behind you?
These guys are in the remote team, or the REM team. And they are training to drive vehicles on the moon. So when we get there, they'll know how to do it. And especially when we're going to Mars, we train to ride vehicles or to fly planes, that kind of thing. That's one of the things to do. Behind is Brent, and she's doing the Capsule Communicator, and she's also controlling the cameras.
Oh, look, there we are.
And so if you want to talk to Mission Control, you have to talk through her. And that keeps you from opening an airlock on one side and venting oxygen on the other.
That would be beneficial to not open that up.
It's very coordinated.
So, Carolyn, I'm hearing some sounds. Does that mean that there's a landing about to happen?
Let's check.
How's the landing coming?
Oh, it looks like we're approaching. All teams stand by for lunar landing.
All teams stand by. Lunar landing.
Everybody come join us and let's see ourselves land on the moon.
We're going to count down. There's 5 seconds left. If you guys want to experience for yourself. Lunar landing. Ta-da! Congratulations, everybody. The Houston Museum of Natural Science is celebrating 50 years since landing on the moon, and you can be right here. Carolyn Sumners, thank you so much for giving us all the information. I'm going to go and direct my skills to that mission control right over there. Back to you guys.
Lauren Kelly, so amazing. Thank you so much. Coming up, guys, on Houston Life, 5 spaced themes activities to help you celebrate.
Very cool. We will be right back.